What's up, people? It's Thursday, so y'all already know 8 o'clock. Where y'all need to be at, sitting in your seats with your favorite drink in your mud in your pocket or your blunt in your mouth and watching who? Me. I am your host of Spotlight Podcast. I am Rain, the rock star. They call me Mr. What He Go Do Next. And today, we have a special guest with me. Not only is he a gold and platinum artist, he's a philanthropist, as well as an actor, as well as an entrepreneur. He's had such cuts as shake the head, shoulder, knees, and toes, life insurance too. Oh man, we some real niggas. He's been on No Limit Records. He had his own independent label. Straight from New Orleans on the spotlight today. We got Mr. Serv-On in the building. Let's bring him in. What's up, my brother?
What's happening? What's happening? How are you, man? It's such an honor, man. And I love the intro, man. That was some professional, man. I like that, man.
Hey, I appreciate
You,
it, bro.
you got my vibe up, man.
Let's go. Well, welcome to the coffee table where we speak freely and say what we want and do what we want, man. Um,
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, man. I know you're going through a lot and you got a lot on your plate. I appreciate you taking out the time to talk to me, the fans, the people.
You know, I had to, man, because it's important because I'm so proud of guys like you that, you guys are what we dreamed of, man. I always tell guys with the podcast, you guys, we have our own media now. You got to really think about how important y'all are. If I have something to get out there, right, I might have to hope I could get the Drink Champs or, you know, uh, Breakfast Club. But with you guys, man, it's like, okay, hey, man, I got something to say I want to talk about and to get out to the world. So I feel like we finally got black media now, and you guys are the reason. And I'm so happy, man, and y'all independent and y'all doing y'all thing. That's what we wanted at No Limit. It wasn't just rappers to follow us and be independent. We want everybody to get their piece. So it's an honor, bro.
I appreciate it. Uh, Out the gate, how did you end up hooking up with Pete?
Well, I mean, I grew up under P, and his brother Kevin, God bless the dead. And, so follow P around basketball everywhere he played ball at, I wanted to be at, and I played ball, and he was always like a big brother to me, and me and C was real close, because his name Corey, mine's is Corey, Free Corey Miller, Free C, innocent man, so, and that's how we originally knew each other. Now, if you're asking on a music tip, uh, I was down, me and KLC, the drum major, platinum producer KLC, we were partners, and so we were down in business partners, and so we were down in Atlanta to meet Jermaine Dupri to give him my first music cassette, with the song I Gotta Get My Serve On, and that was kind of making some noise. And in between that, at Jack the Rappers, man, Luke Skywalker and Death Row, had their big fight, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so in between that, couldn't get to Jermaine, and you know what I'm saying. We P ended up walking across with C and Silk, and he like, man, what you doing here? And I told him what we was doing. He said, let's go eat dinner, man. I got my own label, and we end up eating dinner, man. And he heard the song "Got to Get My Serve On," and that's where it started at.
Serv-On, how you get the name? That's not that's not a simple name.
Yeah, okay, let me do this first because females think that's it's a stripper name. So no, it wasn't that. The acronym for it is surviving every no, excuse me, surviving every racial vendetta enslaved on niggas.
No.
And so now in the beginning, now what Serv-On come from, and I'm not proud of it, but I learned the banking and checking system real well, and the credit card system back in the day, to the point that I'll say it like this, could have been part of the reason why they start checking IDs for you to write checks back in the day. I had
Yeah.
30, 40 people under me, man, and we was doing it, man. If you wanted a boat, man, I'd have told you how much the boat cost. You'd have said, man, 10 grand. I'd have said, give me five, and you come pull up and you'll have it. So that's, and a friend of mine's, Big Mo, who passed on, he used to just say, man, you get your serve on, man. You serve everything, man. And so that's what it was, man. It was just like clothes, stuff for your car system or whatever, whatnot, man. We did it, to the point, like I said, I had over 30, maybe almost 40 people, that was under me, and we just went at it, man. We had connections all types of places, man. So, and that's where the Serv-On name came from. And then really to embark it, MC8 was one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
And so how I got in the song was, he started, because my first rap name was C Rock. And so most are calling me Mr. Serv, calling me Serv-On. He put the Mr. in front, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But so MC8 had the song, man, on Straight Up Menace, man. He was my favorite artist next to Scarface. And in the song, he said, gotta get my serve on, but niggas, you don't hear me though. And so KL looped that. And I killed this song, and that was gonna be my lead single, Gotta Get My Serve On. And so we used actually MC8 voice in the loop, you know what I'm saying gotta get my serve on, but niggas you don't hear me though. Gotta get my serve on, but niggas you don't hear me though. And so now later at No Limit, because I had such a dark style, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
P put the Mister in front of it, like Mr. Scarface, because he knows Scarface is the greatest artist to me ever.
Okay.
And so he felt like Scarface time was gonna come one day, and he was like, "Well, you gonna be the new Mister." And so he put the Mister in front of
Nothing wrong with what Silk say. Call me what the fuck you want. As long as you put this in
it.
front. You hear me?
the,
Yeah.
the homie. Yeah.
Um, being, and I'm gonna say one of the original True members because I remember when I got Trey 8's album, and I remember the True album I got. Your name was always featuring on there. What was it like in the beginning stages of you in the early No Limit days before Ice Cream Man, before 99 Ways to Die?
It was the greatest. It was like you talking about before with No Limit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I mean, number one, Pete kept his word, man. You
Okay.
know, he told us, come up there. I want y'all get on down South Hustlers, and I want y'all to do some other work. So he flew me, Kale, and Mia up there, and he said, I'm gonna give you 2,500 a song. And we like, yeah, okay, we going to Cali. So we just, we get there. Even before we did the song, here's your money. And that showed me a lot with him. And so what the early days were like, we worked, man, and I learned the work ethic, man, watching this dude, man. We only got 2 hours of sleep, man.
Okay.
This dude, and then once I learned the streets of Oakland, salute Oakland, man, the Bay. I love the Bay, man. Um, I learned the streets of Oakland. I would drive him everywhere, and this dude would go from store to store, to wholesale, dropping CDs off, picking up money, going to the post office, sending off CDs to different
Mhm.
states, man, picking up money, because then you had cash on delivery with
Right.
UPS. And
Fact.
so he was just going around, man, and nonstop, man. We would work all day and then go to the studio at night, leave the studio about 4, 5 in the morning, the K. Lou studio, salute to K. Lou. And I would walk inside, speak to Sonia, his ex-wife. That was my girl because we all grew up around everybody. And, Romeo, them already be sleep, man. And then he would lay back on the bed. I tell you no lie, bro, about 5 in the morning and tell me, come back at 7. The first time he got mad with me, I said, man, that dude ain't gonna be up at 7. I came at 8:30, right? And he was standing outside waiting for me. So this went on for a good year, man. This dude would lay down in front of the bed, get back up about 6:30, shower up, and be waiting for me to pick him up at 7, and we do it all over again. So it was a learning experience, man, because he wasn't afraid to share. So everything was like I'm learning it firsthand. You know, I got to see, and he was in the Bay where a lot of people didn't like him, because he was doing this thing, outside of the E40s, who has a big reason that my music came out. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And E40 still don't know that to this day that he was the reason. He listened to my song and he asked Pete, which one is that? My song Fuck a Dead Man. It was on the interlude for West Coast Bad Boys. And he asked Pete, who is that? He was like, that's him. He said, you better put him out, Playboy. And P would turn around and say, 40 gave you that stamp. We gonna get your stuff, we gonna get rolling. So so I got to meet all the D-Lo, D shots and Sugar T's, man, Conscious Daughter, ESKI, JT the bigger figure, man, people that were legendary in the Bay, man. I got to meet all of them because JT was that guy.
Yeah, I remember JT.
JT was that guy, man. He was that guy, bro. And got to meet E40 Uncle St. Charles, who taught Pete the independent game. And so, and people don't realize with E40, right? And I pray that people see this. Everybody talk that talk. E40 had the first rapper to have the biggest independent deal. If you go
Yeah,
look back, he was on the Vibe cover where the house inside of the house was all white, pool table, everything. He had
facts.
like a $2-3 million deal. And the crazy part about it, when you fly into this, how big him and Hammer was. When you fly into Oakland, the
Mm-hmm.
pilot will tell you if you look to the left at the top of the ravine, it's MC Hammer's house. If you look on the second level of the ravine, that's E40's house.
Facts.
That's how big they were, bro. The pilot will tell you this, bro.
What people
So that's
Go ahead, bro. My bad. Go
good.
ahead. No, I'm saying what people don't
Nah,
realize is when you went into a record store, you got to walk in the store. You had your
mhm,
major label artists here. You had your independent
mhm.
over there. And that's where you go get your cuts at. That's where you go get your stuff that nobody playing. Let's go bang your city.
Yeah,
And I remember going over there, getting the click. Let's get drunk, like boom. And you will see other
man,
artists like, well, who is this and that? And you had to spend your 10 or your 15 to experiment. Some of it wasn't good,
man.
some of it was jumping.
Man, Molly Mall, Silly Cell, the Bay had it, bro. Conscious Daughters, like I said
Right.
before, and the Loonies, you know what I'm saying? I
Sibo.
mean the Bay, oh my God, Sibo,
I'm a music
bro.
buff, bro. I already know.
See, Sibo,
Bald
Sibo
head
was
nut.
one of the
Yeah.
best. The man, bro, Sibo was for real. Brother Lynch hung, all them. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? I mean,
I forgot about Bro Lynch.
if you really, and then look, and I'm named all of them, right? And now
Yep.
I'm gonna name the one that was selling the most records, Too Short.
Facts.
You know,
Todd
my
Shaw.
first song, my first song, "Fuck a Dead Man." The beat was done by L. Eaton. That's who did Too Short's all Too Short's music. His first singles. And the funny thing about it, he had a dog, and the
Mhm.
dog name was Too Short. So that's what Too Short got the name
Wow.
from.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So the Bay don't get the credit it deserve
Right.
because if you break down all their numbers, Hammer, that's 30 million.
Alone.
And then you
Alone.
got you got E40, Sugar T and all, his sister them, D Shot,
Mm-hmm.
all of them, man, Conscious
Right.
Daughters, ESK, all the people I
Mac
named,
Dre, Sugar
Marvelous
Wolf.
Marv,
Yeah.
yep, yep, Mac Dre, you
Hold
feel what
on.
I'm saying?
Let's go
You
back. Let's go back. Slide and Family Stone. Confunction. Let's go back a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Power. Power. Man,
yeah.
listen, bro.
Yeah. Oh, if you go into that, but just think that's even going into the R&B stuff, man. But when you look at rap, Vallejo, that's E40 them, Oakland,
Mhm.
and we look Spice One. Need I
Spice
say
One.
more?
Hold on.
The
Mac
Bay,
Mall. Yeah.
Mac Mo, yep,
Man, shout
Marvelous
out to the
Marv,
Bay,
all
man.
of them,
Shout out
man.
to the Bay.
The Bay, say, bro, the Bay, and the Bay was as real as it can get, bro. That Bay was that's where carjacking and jacking started. You know what I'm saying? Who riding? That's the Bay, man. They don't get the respect they deserve.
Facts. How did you adapt to being from the South, being a New Orleans person going into West Coast California standards? How did you adapt?
Well, if people, I'm gonna teach right quick. When you had the civil rights movement, right? A lot of people
Yeah.
from the South wanted better for their family to get away from Jim Crow, right?
Facts.
So a lot of people from Louisiana went to LA and went up to the Bay. So
Okay.
you have family up there. So, you know, the culture's almost the same. Like in LA, you know, LA wear khakis. New Orleans
Right.
always wear Dickie fit, right?
Really?
Same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so the only difference is, they bang Crips and Bloods and other gangs in LA, you know what I'm saying? Whereas New Orleans bang wards. I'm from the third ward. We bang
Okay.
wards, uptown, you know what I'm saying? And so, it wasn't hard to adapt because the mindset, like New Orleans is like the only thing is different, like Cali dudes, they more loud and they more flamboyant, right? Meaning
Mm.
not no disrespectful way, but when I mean flamboyant, you gonna see them. In the Bay, they hyphy, they spinning, they the first ones with the donuts spinning the cars, man,
Right.
and just that look, man, that Mac look, pimping, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And whereas New Orleans, we quiet, and we got an issue, we gonna get at you. Ain't no talk. In the Bay, they gonna be loud, but they gonna get at you. In Cali, they gonna be loud, they gonna get at you.
Right.
And so for me, the thing that I had to get used to, and it might sound crazy, right? It'd be hot during the day and freezing at night, bro. Because that was the first funny thing. Pete and laughed at me. I get off the plane. I got on a white tee, man. Some because I was told you what I was doing. So come out there. Got the basketball shorts on, man. Got the Nikes on, man. The Charles Barkley's. I remember it good. So I'm looking at the back seat. I'm looking at the back seat of P Lexus, and they got jackets on the back, black jackets, right? So I'm like,
Mhm.
mother got jackets on. So I'm laughing at him like, bro, you done got country out here. So we go in and man, I forgot the name of it. I think it was Funky Fat Graphics. That's where everybody did their graphics. That's where you'll run across every artist, E40, all of them. And we went in there. We come out at 8 o'clock, bro. It was freezing. They had their jackets on and they was laughing at me, bro. So that's the one thing, man, that I had to get used to. But I always still kept my head on a swivel because,
Okay.
the Bay was not a game, bro. And they turf wars is different, man. Frisco, and Oakland, you know what I mean, and Richmond and Vallejo, man,
Right.
you name it, Sacktown. It was they had turf wars, but I loved everything about the Bay, man.
I can dig it. My next question, and before I even start, I gotta say, rest in peace to Soldier Slim. You ended up on
Yes.
Soldier for Life. I don't know where that CD is now. I don't know where that cassette or album is, but you ended up on a first independent classic. How did that happen?
With Soldier Slim?
Yeah, with Soldier for Life, because that's like a holy grail
Okay.
right now. If you have that on cassette or somebody got it recorded, you have the holy grail. How did you ended up on that?
Well,
Yeah.
Slim and KL was like Dre and Snoop,
Okay.
almost like father son type thing. And so, when I was with KL, Slim was coming around and things like that. So me and him built that type of bond. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So that was, evident, and got to no limit, that was evident. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how that went. KL is a very key part that people don't know, on the Parkway where KL is from, where his studio was at in his mama basement. Everybody was somebody from New Orleans came through there. Juvie,
Okay.
Mia, Fiend, everybody, Mac, you name it, man. They came through there, and then KL was the DJ at the most gangster club in New Orleans, Club Rumors. So when a lot of artists come in town, they come there to get bring their music to get played. So they had to see KL. So KL had a lot of pull, man. A lot of the artists that ended up on No Limit, the Mysticals, me, Slim, all of them were under KL. They were all
Uh,
under KL. They were all on the KL label.
Parkway Pumping, right? If I'm correct.
Yep, with his partner Mushak, who's dead, God rest the dead,
Okay.
and then my favorite artist, one of my favorite of all times, MC Dot. He's a legend in New Orleans.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? One of the best rappers you'll ever hear, man. You know, so and he the one brought me to KL.
Okay.
It was funny though, because I tried to challenge him, battle rapping, right? And he killed me at the UC at this university, right? In the
Mhm.
university center. So it was funny. He really just wanted a ride home. And I was doing my thing. So
Okay.
I give him a ride, right? He said, yeah, I'm gonna introduce you to somebody. So once they bring me by KL, he just leave. He just wanted a ride, right? So what he did by mistake was a blessing. And so when I first rapped for KL is quiet, bro. He's real quiet. Unless you talk about the Dallas Cowboys and music, he don't talk.
Wait.
And
Oh,
so
stop.
I
Stop.
ra-
No. No. KL live in New Orleans, from New Orleans, but a Dallas Cowboy fan.
yeah, homie, let me tell you something. We used to be in cities where
What?
they blood and cripping, and we respect banging, right?
Right.
And KL, we would wear get out jerseys and we'd stay neutral. We respect the game.
Right.
Man, KL, we used to come out the store and we all look at him like, bruh, why you got this cowboy jersey on with this blue on, bro? We on the side most of the time. KL was like, whatever. Man, you talking about
Oh God.
cowboy fan? I'm talking about serious cowboy fan.
Man, it's black
I'm
and
talking
gold.
about
We know,
if
man.
they lose,
Uh,
he don't watch ESPN nothing for the whole week. He got everybody jersey, Emmett, Michael Irvin. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'll say this real quick. This is how big a fan he is.
go for
We went to Dallas to go watch a game, right?
it. Hmm.
This dude made me find Roger Staubach Avenue, whatever, and Tom Landry Boulevard and ride all the way up this month and took pictures of each sign, the sign, every block.
Yeah. Yeah.
You you want to make him mad? It's three ways you can make him really mad and cuss you out. I can't really curse on here, right?
Do what you want. Say what you want.
Oh, you say three things.
What's up?
You say fuck Tom Landry, say fuck Emmitt Smith, and fuck Jerry Jones, and y'all gonna fight. I promise you, dog. You
Look,
can't talk about Tom Landry. You ever talk about Tom Landry, dog? He'll never speak to you again.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm from Ohio, right? And I'm a Saints fan, but
Uh,
I've seen Tom Landry on cartoons, King of the Hill. When I moved down here, it was a real street in the highway, and I'm looking like a goofball, like, it's real. They like, yeah. I'm like, oh wow. Okay.
dog. So wait. What part of Ohio you from?
From Dayton, man. Dayton.
What you know about my history in Dayton?
I don't know, but you about to tell me. That I do know. Shoot. And educate me. I'm on your time
My
on that one.
my my ex-wife with my kids spend most of every summer there because that's where they from. They run from Dayton. I used to be in Dayton when No Limit was popping. I was in Dayton every other weekend, and people
Get
didn't know.
ah,
Yeah,
bruh, you got
yeah.
me thinking.
I, was- I
Wow.
was I was in Dayton, man. When my album Life Insurance was out, I was in Dayton that whole summer with my kids.
Bro, don't say that. I'm gonna tell you what's funny. My partner Dre Howard, he probably watching. He picked me up in his '84 Delta, 412s in the back, banging head, shoulders, knees, toes. I'm like,
Yeah, man.
he's like, that's Serv-On. Serv-On, man. We played that album all day.
You never caught it on Throw Your City Up. I say Dayton name.
No, man.
I'm
I was
probably the first rapper ever to say Dayton. On Throw Your City Up, I said, you know what I'm saying? Dayton, Cleveland, Woodywood, you know what I'm saying? Cincinnati. I say Dayton.
so you up in the city.
Say what rapper just gonna say Dayton? What rapper, you know what I'm saying, being, because when you think you gotta know about Dayton, because when you people think Ohio, they think of Cleveland,
Fact,
Cincinnati, and then they think of Akron now because of Brian, you know
fact.
what I'm saying? And so, but I was there. I said Dayton on Throw Your City Up.
So you just
I
was sitting
spent a
there, I ain't
lot,
gonna say
man.
hiding, but you was just low key out the way. I know you had your
No, I
charm and
was just
chain on. You
chilling,
wasn't
man.
without it.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to go places, man. I would leave out. I didn't really go nowhere at night because I was with the family. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I
Wow.
used to go to the malls, man, go out and eat, man, and do shit, man. Yeah. I was in Dayton, man, sometime I'm talking about sometime twice a year, always every summer, all through my no limit, almost through my no limit years.
Shout out to Ohio, man. Love the home team. Hey, history lesson. You taught me
Yeah,
something.
man.
Real quick. I need a quick
Hmm.
Slim story out of you. Real quick. Something wild.
Oh man, see with Slim, man, Slim is more like people look at the thug part of Slim, man. But what that Slim was the type, even if he was wrong, he gonna stand for you and handle his business, right?
Okay.
But Slim, the funniest things I could say about Slim, he literally lived what he rapped about. Like I can remember being in the studio with KL, and he came in there. He said, "Man," because he used to call KL Funky Fingers, right?
Mhm.
And he's like, "Funky Fingers, man, I need a beat. I need to pull up a beat. Y'all working?" I'm like, "Nah, we just listening to some stuff." And he was like, so I'm looking at him moving around, and he went on in the song, and that's when he was talking about, I hate talking about it, but it's still, real. It's how he is. He went in there, rapped about robbing the motherfucker, snorting the quarterback, taking his shit and snorting this shit. And I'm sitting there like, boy, nigga, how you come up with that? He said, say, big round man, don't play with me, man, nigga. That just happened, nigga. Ask my people. And he used to always roll. He used to roll with Six Shot, our little partner Six Shot, which was his one of his closest partners, man. That's a hell of a rapper. And Six looked at me, I looked at him. He was Six said every word he said is true.
Mm.
That's Slim, man. I mean, and then he was just a funny dude, man. He was a good son, man, good brother, man. And to his sister, to his little sister, to G.I. Peaches, who was a hell of it. She got a project out right now. She a beast. He's a good
Shout
father
out
to
to
little
G.I.
soldier
Peaches.
Slim. Yeah, today was little soldier Slim birthday. Happy birthday, nephew. And but Slim was the type, right? The conversations was funny, bro.
Mm.
Slim the type of motherfucker, he'd call me, he'd be like, say, what's happening, big round? I said, say, bro. And this is when I was in shape. I said, say, bro, why you always calling me big round? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, I know what you mean, but he was like, nigga, you're big, nigga, and you're from round the way.
Big round.
So that's Slim, man. But he was the type of person, dog, you never had to worry. If you had a problem, it was his
Mm.
problem.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
but he was a
100%.
good dude. He'll give you the shirt off his back, man. I promise you, man. He was different, man. He was a good dude, but if you cross that, you gotta go what you gotta go, because it's gonna happen with you.
Right.
But I think the greatest attributes of him was who he was as a man, and just the culture and who he was, man. Because his
Mhm.
mother, Miss Linda, man, he was such a great son, man. Like everything he did, it wasn't even about money, man. That dude ain't really worried about money. It was about taking care of Miss Linda. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And his little sister. But yeah, man, Slim was, if he rapped about it, it was not a lie, dog. Every word.
Mm. When you how did you react? How did you deal with being one of the original true members and early No Limit people that went through the hard grind? How did you deal with newcomers coming in? Mystical Fiend, Gambino family, um, who else we got? Cain and Abel. How did you deal with new people coming in and you were already been, I want to say, the OG of the group, if that makes sense?
I loved it, bro, because I believed in, I come from the military, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And so, that's a team, man. And for me, it was like putting together that championship team that's not going to win one championship, but we're going to keep winning them. Because to me, bringing Mystical was like saying we just traded for, we just traded for Brown. We just
Right.
got Brown. And, or we just got Jordan. You
Okay.
feel what I'm saying? Now we already winning, but now we just got somebody that pound for pound ain't nobody was touching back then. And then when you got a fiend who's
Fact.
arguably one of the most talented dudes ever and hardest working dudes you ever wanna, you know what I'm saying? And the Gambinos was raw, man. Them little dudes, man. I always feel like they got caught up in a lot of us getting bigger as we was putting our albums out.
Hmm.
And even though the albums sold a lot, if you listen to it, man, their album was so raw, man. You know,
Fact.
all three of them, bro, they was nice, man. And you know, you had we had so much, man, and you know, Fiend was always a blessing, bro. Fiend was that type of dude. When I did my album, if you listen, you'll hear him a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fiend was the type dog, I swear to God. I used to laugh because it used to be like a ghost. I could be in the room in the studio with Kate by myself. And then I knocked out the first verse and I'm like, man, Fiend, all you hear was a voice. And he just appeared from wherever. Hey, I got that, sir. I got something for you if you want me to. He was
What he
always
say?
there. He
What you
never,
doing around here,
I got,
sir? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, bruh. That was him, bruh. He was the hardest working, most dedicated, and you talk about a genuinely good dude,
Mm-hmm.
like literally, it's not too many dudes I could sit down and say, like, that dude will never do you wrong, man. You know
Really?
what I'm saying? Never. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good dude, man, and he's hard working and he's so talented, bro. A lot of our hooks, our biggest hooks, that was him.
Fact. Shout out to
You
Fink,
know,
man. Mr. 500. Fact.
yeah, man.
Y'all hooks,
Mr.
mean,
FIND.
the whole No Limit package, it was to a point where, like I said, we'd be at a party and everybody outside car playing something from a No Limit artist. Or you'll see somebody holding the album cover that's about this long and got everybody's album coming, and you wait. You November 6th, October 26th, you waiting patiently for that artist, and everybody got an opportunity. Life insurance. You rapped a certain way on life insurance, but then when the next level came, you changed a little bit. You kind of sped it up, changed your word pattern. Why?
That was a mistake that I always regret
Mm,
because if you, it was like for me, when I got there, it was just like by title being the next level that I'm going up to another level, I decided to kind of just do something different and I shouldn't have done that. But
okay.
then it still turned out to be a platinum album and people love it. Like
Fact.
I even argue with my own fans, right? With our own, I hate using the word fan. I
Okay.
say we family. You bought our music, we family. And so I even argue, they'd be like, man, like next level, man. But I'm like, bro, I regret changing my style, you know, because if people would have got to hear the third album that never got released from No Limit, you know, it was life insurance all over again. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And even better, you know. So I did, man. I always say, man, I regret changing my style, but then I laugh about something, right?
What's up?
Was I ahead of my time, right? Because one day somebody put something up, and I always listen to Blueface, right?
Okay.
And somebody was like, you know, like, yo, that's Serv-On, that's our Serv-On rap on the next level. And if you listen to people that rap like Blueface or whatever and different ones, that's what I did on the next level.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
I never thought
And
about that.
so
Never.
it was like, damn, I brought that, you know, that I did that. Not saying he heard me, you know what I'm saying? He probably don't even know who I am, or maybe he
Right.
do. But, you know, it was so cool to hear him blow up and listen to him and then go listen to the next level and say, see, people was tripping, but now they ride with him, you know. So, you know, I just, you know, I regret it though, bro. But then I love the fact people still accepted it and people, and there was a lot of people that liked it, like, you know, really love that album. You know, you're not gonna get to a million records sold, you know what I'm saying? You know, back when you couldn't buy your Billboard spot when there wasn't no streaming, you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So,
Fact.
you know, I have to live with it, man.
Um, the song "We Some Real Niggas," you, Magic, and C. What was that session like? Because
Yeah.
that's a cold cut as we speak. Still a cold cut. How did that happen?
I'm gonna see, you know, see Magic, he brought Magic to the label, right, to be on True Records.
Okay.
And Magic was what I loved about Magic, God rest the dead, man. I miss him, man, so much. Um, he was from the he was from the Ninth Ward, downtown, right? And
Okay.
we all from uptown. So, you know, it was hard for him because we was on him all the time, messing with him. You know what I'm saying? So he even picked it up a notch because man, Magic was just, he was hard, he was raw, he was talented. You know what I'm saying? He was a real one. You know what I'm saying? And so in today's world, people go off that, who's real, who's not. He was a real one. And when we was doing that, C was making sure Magic was on everything possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so people just think about C with the thugging and all that, man. C was a genius when it came to putting songs together and putting albums together. He knew exactly what he wanted, who he
Right.
wanted on there, who verse was gonna sound right, who voice was gonna sound right on this style of song, and what we talking about. And so he put that together like me, you and Magic, and he was smart because he was like, Serve, you out there and you doing, you got a name, I got mine. I want him on, we gonna put Magic on the song. And he was making sure Magic was on everything possible, bro. He was doing a damn good job as a CEO. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Of building true records, because Magic was an awesome piece. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Facts.
To start off with.
Facts. Um, you've done acting, and I gotta go
Yeah.
back to the time when you did About It. How did you feel playing the? I guess I want to say the friend of me. Like you was cool with this crew, but you was working for that crew. How did you feel about playing that role? And you did a damn good job. It was definitely believable.
It was, why it was comfortable for me?
What's up?
Because in my day, I schemed, as far as like, some people try to go by aggressive and be aggressive and do this and do that.
Mhm.
My thing was always somehow think you and put you in positions to get what I want. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And eliminate that whatever's in front of me without me having to do it myself.
Okay.
So whatever it is I wanted, I was always taught, mentally to think everybody. So when he put me in that role, you know, it was who I was as far as like even when I was out there hustling or whatever, whatnot, you know, I didn't have to, you know, I moved as a boss where I had people here and there, here and there. And I was the type like I would make sure they're eating, but they think they're getting over and like, damn, he giving me this much to do this, that, and that, and that, or this, that, and that, and that. Man, what's up with him? But what they didn't understand is, I'm putting them in positions to do what you got to do, and in no way, for form or fashion, everything you ever get caught, you're gonna say me because you're gonna know like, man, this my guy, he got me. We live, and so me, I always think, and even I teach my son to this day. So that role was right for me. I teach him
Okay.
to this day. You're a young man. I know you're gonna handle your business. You ain't gonna back off. You my son. You're a Smith, but let me teach you how to put people in a position and mentally outthink them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To the point that they'll destroy themselves if somebody got a problem with you,
Facts.
or somebody else gonna do it to them without you even asking that other person to do it, because you're gonna understand people ego and how to twist it and how to move it and understand it. You know what I'm saying? And never let somebody know what you're gonna do and how you think and how you move. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and so with that role, it was kind of easy for me, you know what I'm saying? Because it was conniving, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
whatever I wanted in life, you know what I'm saying? I knew how to play this person, and get in the end, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get what I need to get. I played chess, not checkers, since I was a child.
Facts.
So that role was easy for me. But it was funny though, because people always talk about the baseball bat scene.
I was about to say that. Look,
And
look. I was about to say that. You had a little too much fun with that bat, boy. You was swinging away and dancing. I said, did he do a jig lightweight with that bat?
man, the funny thing about it, bro. The funny
What's
thing
up?
about it is, it's crazy about real life, right? Um,
What's up?
I played basketball, man. I played basketball on a high level. So I was
Okay.
in shape. I didn't drink nor smoke. I ain't do none of
Good.
that. Drink, smoke, none of that. I ain't gonna be around people that did it, right? And
Okay.
so when we were shooting the scene, when you shoot scenes, okay, remember we were smoking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you shoot it from this angle, and it's this long, right?
Right.
So when they say cut, now they want to hit you from this side, they got to give you another one to keep it that size. Then
Fact.
this angle, then that angle. So I never smoked weed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm fucked up, right? So my brother taught me three about the three S's. You know what the three S's is when
Speak.
it comes to a man?
I'm listening.
The three S's, the most disrespectful things for a man, a black man, or any man, period. Don't spit on me. Don't slap me. Don't call me stupid.
Mm.
Those three things anger me, right? So I didn't even know in the script the twin was gonna keep calling me stupid. So now I'm high. And I mean, he calling me, he kept saying, "You're a stupid motherfucker. You just
Right.
stupid. Now you gotta keep doing it. Gotta keep doing it over and over, different scenes." Now I'm sitting there and I remember I was high as a motherfucker. I'm getting mad as a motherfucker, right? And so they was like, "All right, well you gonna do the watermelon, right?" It was a watermelon I was beating.
I was about to ask
He
that.
called me that shit. He called me that shit the last time, and they said, "Go ahead on now. You got to beat this watermelon so it can look like you beating him to death, right?" And that's why I went off on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't all that was ad lib. When I pulled off and say, you know, about to run back and hit it, you know what I'm saying? Again, I was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
literally I was high and I was mad, bro. Like, cause that word stupid, and that's to any man out there, especially a black man. Don't never let nobody smack you. That's the disrespect saying that you so much
Mhm.
of a bitch I could smack you. I ain't gotta kill you or punch you. You a bitch. You're not a man. Don't let no one call you stupid. They playing with who you are and, as a man and
Okay.
disrespecting your intelligence. And you know what I'm saying? And the ultimate, don't ever let nobody spit on you.
Facts.
Then they think you
100%.
the lowest, they think you the lowest piece of shit because they could spit on you. And so that word stupid, bro, drove me, man. So that's how that came about.
Hey man, listen. I'm not gonna lie. As a person watching the movie, I'm like, what the fuck is he beating on? Because it's splattering everywhere. We know it ain't real, but it's entertaining. I'm like, okay, I'm curious. Is he beating on meat or what? And this shit.
Nah,
But
I was beating the hell out of a watermelon, man.
I'm gonna fuck with you though. I seen you in the movie. You had on that blue and white jersey. You won New Orleans, so you know I'm gonna fuck with you. I seen it. I seen it. Just want to put that out there. You know, it ain't no big deal and all. um, let's fast forward a little bit. Final day. When was it? When did you realize it was over? Like, all right, no limits done. It's time for Serv to do Serve. Like, when was that final time? When did you get the hint?
I I never wanted to leave. You know, when KL and P, you know, Beats by the Pound and P was having their disagreements,
Mm,
I was tired, man. You know, we was on a 5-year run. I never saw none of my kids take their first steps. I was never
okay.
home. You know, something in me was just like I was burnt out, and I never did well with fame. You know,
Really?
I love everything about music, but as an artist, and you see it in today's world, you know, people feel like they own us as artists. You know, and I was starting to have a string of little things where, like one day I was walking across the street around this club, and the dude was like, "Serve." I said, "What's happening, man?" And he was like, "Damn, you can't stop and talk." I said, "Man, my bag, I don't want to hold up traffic." So the motherfucker went back around the block and threw my CD out the window right
Mm,
at me, right? And
mm,
so, of course, you know, I couldn't catch him, but you know, and then I was in the store and somebody disrespected my ex-wife, you know, and she basically beat him with a can of peas, and I had to go through legal stuff, you know,
okay.
and then I would be eating with my kids, and you know, they want to take a picture, like you know, back then it wasn't phones, it was real cameras, and I would
Right.
be like, "Hey, man,
Wind up.
give me a minute to eat. I'm with my kids. Give me a minute." And they're like, "Man, I'm not gonna buy your shit no more," and you know, a lot of it sometimes it bothered me, you know, and I understood they bought our music, but I understood also I want, you know, want them to know like, yo, we have a life. And
Right.
so, you know, all that was kind of, you know, so when that happened, and I felt like I got caught in the middle because KL came with me and
Okay.
P was my guy. And so it was like caught in the middle, you know, of what, you know, what they had going. And then so my need to just find peace, I was like, you know what? I just want to be a father right now, man. And I want, you know, so I really was like burnt out a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I'm about to roll out, and I ended up taking a deal with Selecto because it was a smart thing to do,
Selector hits.
but you know, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Remember them?
but it was just like, and it was hard for me to see them having differences. And then it was just like it was my way out because I was kind of tired and wanted a break. And I wanted to just be a father, man. My daughter was getting a little, my oldest was older, my youngest was getting up there, my second to the oldest was getting up there, and then my son that came, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I waited for him so long, and I didn't want I wanted to be there when he took his first steps, because I never saw none of my kids take their first steps. So it was kind of like, you know what, this is a chance to get away from it. And so it was never like, okay, man, I'm done with No Limit. I'm tired of, or this ain't right, that ain't right. It was like so much going on, and felt I got caught in the middle. So I used that as an excuse to say, you know what, I'm tired. I'm gonna go ahead on and roll out.
You still got the chain, or you let it, or you that's gone and gone.
Oh no, I still contrary to people believe I had more than one tank, right? And
Okay.
so I I actually still got my original, and I got my original Rolex that he gave me. You know
Really?
what I'm saying? And I got original diamond cross that he used to wear that, I used to always want to wear it. C used to wear it. So when we start really getting the tanks changed around, he used to let me wear the diamond cross, and I still have it.
That's how it's supposed
If
to
you ever
be.
look
Good
at
shit.
the cross behind Only God Could Judge Me that's behind him,
Yeah.
he had a diamond cross made just like that, and I used to wear it, and he gave it to me, and I still have it, in my safe with everything else.
Good shit. Good shit. How long did it take before you decided to take a sip?
You know what? Because I did War Is Me,
Okay.
and War Is Me did well. I charted. Now Take a Sip was my first business move. Take
Okay.
a Sip wasn't planned, right? Because Selecto hits, and this is another mistake that nobody know I made. 3 6 Mafia was still messing with Selecto hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember sitting in the office, right, with after we did Wars Me, nice money up front. I did numbers, made good money with Johnny Phillips and his son and all of them at Selecto, man. I love them, good people. And so I'm sitting in the office. Juicy J and Paul come in there, and they got it with them. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And they was like, I said, man, I'm having a meeting. They was like, no disrespect. I said, okay, no problem. I'll get out the office. They was like, all right, sir, all right. And so they came in there with their beef to take care of their business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I left, they offered me the position with my label to run all the Selector rap, the whole rap division, which
Okay.
mean I'd have been over 3 6 catalog,
No
you
shit.
name it. Everybody that was, and I didn't take it. So I was like, you know what? You know, I'm gonna find me a group, and I kind of got a group together, and then I end up deciding, right? I was like, I wanted to get into something else, and
Mm-hmm.
so they was like, why don't you put another album out? So this is where I learned from P, right? So I was gonna use this bottle, Mucal cognac. It was new,
I know
and
Mooktown. Yeah,
so
that brown liquor.
yeah, so because they wanted to compete with Hennessy. So I called to ask, and remember I told you, it says about thinking, right?
Facts.
I know they wanted to get known, right? And so I played it off and called them to ask if I could use their logo, right, to put them on my CD and tell you, and they found out who I was. And the owner, Nick Min, a great guy, he called me out to California, he wanted to meet me. We sit and talk, and he said, well, how much? You know, if you put us on your CD. I said, well, I could make a whole CD. And he let me check the liquor out, and I said, okay, we could call it Take a Sip. You know what I'm saying? We'll have the Mucal bottle and everything and the glass on there. And then what we could do is for every bottle of Mucal sold, the only way they could get my Take a Sip is by the Mucal. They get the take a sip for free.
Really?
And so, yeah, and so they gave me like 100,000 up front. And the only thing I was not, I messed up was I didn't take a percentage because they wanted to give me like 50,000 and then 10%,
Really?
right? And
Wow.
I was like, this stuff ain't gonna last. This Hennessy got this, right?
Right.
And so I took the 100 grand, then another 50 to do after parties after Cedric the Entertainer little
Okay.
tour that he had and push Mucal. And so what happened was, man, in the end, now imagine if I would have took that percentage, right?
Hmm.
They sold worldwide, they sold over 400,000 bottles of Mucal with my CDs. So, just, when I really sit down and think about it, I would have been seeing 5% of them 400,000 bottles plus the money off my CDs.
Right. I mean, that's part of business, though, man. I mean, you got to make mistakes to grow
Yeah.
and learn. But I did drink
Yeah.
Milk Cow, and I never received my Take a Sip CD. I did drink Moo Cow.
And I tell you what, I got some. I'd sign one and give it to you. You
Touche,
know what I'm
man.
saying? And send it to you.
I see the address.
Yeah, because
Let's talk about the author. How did you become Serv-On the author? A lot of people, it take them a long time, and they do an autobiography or something in that type of sense. Yours, you took a different approach. You took a different approach on that. Let's talk about that. What made you, one, become an author? Two, the type of topic you chose.
what, the black sexy black thoughts?
Yes, yes, good. Hey, look, bro, ain't nothing
Okay,
wrong with.
now I'm
I
gonna
love
trip
a
you
sexy
out.
black
I'm gonna
woman.
trip you
Talk to
out.
me.
And again I slipped up, bro.
Really?
Uh, it really three books in one, right? So
Okay.
what happened was I had a relationship that was over, right? And decided because who I am was gonna put stuff out there about me, whatever, right?
Right.
So I decided to say, okay, in the poetry form, I'm gonna talk about you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So every day for about 2 months, if you really look at it as say April 19th, such and such, and I write something in a poetic form about having sex with, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was one part. That was one part. And then I decided to do the stories like Zane, right?
Okay.
And so I did that. And then this way before Steve Harvey and I got proof. You can look at the numbers. I decided to do another part in the book called Let's Talk from a Black Man and a Black Woman, teaching a Black woman how to deal with Black men, giving away the codes. Like,
Okay.
because what happened was I was out one night at a restaurant eating by myself, and about six females, they talking bad about men. And so one of them decided to say, why men cheat. When I broke it down to them and said it's not men's fault, it's y'all fault, right?
Right.
And so I know a few females going. I'll explain it real fast, and this is what I told them, and this is what made me really write this chapter, that part of the book. And I said, because I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all saying this. So now I'm gonna give y'all the game to where a man can't cheat on you if you listen to what I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you how we think. And I told him, if you meet a guy and you tell him I like to go to the movies once a week and I want to eat once a week and I want to go out of town once a month. Men have fought wars over females. Most men, you got 60% of men in jail are in jail because either it was over a woman or their mother, their sister, or they
Right.
sold who you sold drugs for. Who you sold drugs, any black man to tell you they sold drugs to get moms, a woman, out of poverty or
Fact.
to impress females.
100%.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's nothing a man wouldn't do, yeah, to impress a woman, right?
Fact.
So I said, okay, if you're a female and you expect these things, right? He's gonna take you to the movies once a week. He's gonna take you to eat, and y'all gonna go out of town if he can afford it every month, like you want. So that's gonna go on, and now he winning your heart, right?
Right.
So he gonna do it every day because he wants sex, so he just wants you, period, right? So he on point every day. He know he's against. If he don't do these things, he gonna lose you to somebody else. So you got his attention. His mind is not idle, right? So the minute that thing happened, it pop off,
Hmm.
women get sensitive because that's two souls are meeting. You know, man is inside of a woman, man, that's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So a
Fact.
man could get out of it and have feelings, but a woman is gonna be sensitive even more. So guess what happens? Next month, he don't take you to the movies, but you love him. So it's like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? He don't take you out to eat. You love
Time
him.
out.
It's okay,
Time
right?
out.
So now, where the challenge is at? He's not afraid of losing you, right?
Right. Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's always gonna be another woman. That's the nature of the beast that might be around. And so now, you know, you still not making him stand on that code and earn you every day. So now his mind has room for something else. And so when I explain that, right,
Hmm.
they all just kind of, they just all kind of shut up and was in shock. So I decided that night to say, you know what? I say, you know what? I'm gonna write this book and I'm gonna give y'all all the cheat codes. I'm gonna tell you every way you go wrong. I'm gonna tell you what men think, how we think, why we do things we do. You
Okay.
feel what I'm saying? And if y'all can't figure it out by then and get it right and be able to get the man you want, keep him, get married, it's on y'all. So that's what that book was about, right? It was three different parts. And so,
Okay.
and then for me, man, one of the things, and then I write I write how I think,
Okay.
exact words. If I was gonna, and and where I get that from, you know, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I talk about it now so I can help people because sometimes when
Hmm.
they look at their favorite artist or athlete say this, they feel better about themselves. I always suffer with depression, and I didn't believe in taking pills because I had a lot of addicts in my family. So, I found my best way was to do music,
Okay.
and I would do thought writing, right? Thought writing mean when something bothered me, I could, like, now I open my phone up and I write exactly how I feel, right? Meaning, like, I might sit there and say, man, I'm tired. I don't feel like dealing with this shit. This one keep calling me about business, man. Fuck this, that, that. Before you know it, it's out of you. Because most people hold in what bothered them. So I call it thought writing. So when I write as an author, it was exactly how I thought. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I might, you know, like I would be honest with females in that book, and I'm like, how can you play games? I'm not gonna write it like, okay, you're playing mental games with men, and that's why you haven't come to pass to get married. No, I write the
Oh,
exactly the way I think, and people, and my thing is like, now you playing fucking games.
you
If
fit
you if
in
you're
with
gonna if you're gonna if you're gonna holler at this man and that
well,
man, then you
now
understand
you
why you get fucked up.
10.5.
You know, yeah, so that's the way I write, and I want to put that out to anybody that deal with anxiety and depression.
Mm.
Don't hold it in. Open that phone, go to them notes, write
Fact.
exactly how you feel. And if you don't go work out, exercise or
Mm.
meditate or pray, write it. Write how you feel. And
Fact.
every day, but before I go to sleep, I write about my day.
Really.
Because Tupac once said, every day of your life is a song. Now think about it. I guarantee I could give you a beat, and I bet you if I tell you write everything, write a verse, three verses about your whole day, I bet you could do it every day.
Touche.
So, so for me, I wanted when I leave this world, my son to have all that and let them see how my days were
Okay.
so they can understand me more better. So every night it might be long, it might be short. I just write about, well, this morning, some jackass in a red car cut me off. I really wanted to just ride up beside him, and but I can't do that. That's not the right thing as a man, and want to be it for my kids. So I let it go. I will really write this, bro. You know
Is
what
the
I'm
book
saying? It's like my memoir.
facts? Is the book still available? Where can people find that book at?
Well, it's about to be re-released, man. I added some stuff into it,
There
and
you go.
but the bigger book that I'm about to release is called Letters to My Young Black Sons. It's gonna be
Okay.
coming out for Christmas, and that's about for females that have kids, young men. at 13, 14, because that's the time of your life where you trying to decide, when you get into high school and you're gonna decide whether you're gonna thug it out. You might like boys instead of girls, which hey, that's
Right.
your business,
Fact.
or you might just be quiet, or you might be a school. You learn who you are, and a lot of times your father shapes you. So there's a lot of young kids that don't have fathers. So what I did was I wanted to write something to my son, like letters, called
Hmm.
Dear Son, and the subject might be how to treat girls. And then I go into the respect. Dear son, always keep yourself clean. Take a shower in the morning, take a shower before you go to bed. Keep your hair cut. Never let your clothes be wrinkled. Always wear cologne. Keep yourself clean. Brush your teeth. All these things, and then explain why. So the things that I would teach my son, I decided to write this book, about saving money. Get a job when you're 15 at McDonald's. Put half of your check away,
Fact. Fact.
different things, and just everything about life that you would teach your son that I've taught him. So I wrote this book for single mothers to give to their sons to help them raise them. Where that's why I started off dear son on everything. So I put it in the form when this young kid reading it and he don't have a father figure, he get to really hear what a father, if he had it, would be telling him how to grow up, how to become a man, in this society, in this world, how to deal with conflict. I still say, dear son, you don't bow down to no man. You even if you take a loss and he whoop your ass, you still a Smith, you a man, long as you fought. But you can avoid it. You can learn beforehand and know that that's not the right situation I should be in or deal with. And it don't make you look less than a man or a coward if you decide I'm not getting in that call, or I'm not gonna even get in this argument with this person because I know we're gonna get into a fight. These are things that I want to teach young men. So that book is gonna be, the black sexy black doll's gonna be for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? But and trust me, it's gonna be something else, man. I got I got sex toys that's gonna come with it, man. Everything this time. So,
TMI on that
but
part. But that book is
yeah, yeah. Hey, not Nate. Look, hey, let me know, cause let me tell you what sexy black thoughts is. When the book open up, the book is really for in the beginning when I say, okay, I know it's Friday night. You probably by yourself, you're single. Get my book, get a glass of wine, light this candle, man, and let me take you on this journey. So you know what I mean? So hey, I'm just trying to help, man.
um that book is gonna be deep, man, because I ain't gonna say a lot. My daddy didn't teach me a lot of that shit. I'm gonna be real with you. That's interesting.
And that's what it's there for.
Definitely do that.
And
Definitely.
it goes further too, man. I really want from the book because I'm about to release a new single called "I'm Sorry." And the song is me saying I apologize to, my kids' moms, for not being the greatest father, not being the best man and best human, and not respect you like, you should. Because I think a lot of guys be sitting back and saying, man, we've been done 10 years, and why is she still mad and keep me from my son? You know what it might be? Just simple saying I'm sorry. And so I got a song coming out, I'm sorry, but it's gonna go with this book, you know, because my thing is to start to also tour and do a father-son weekend. And for the
Okay.
sons that the young men, black kids in those cities that don't have a father, I'm gonna call out to the community and say, I won't match you with a young man that weekend, and he's gonna mentor you, and you're gonna have like seminars. Then Saturday gonna be father-son track relays, having fun together. Sunday we do a talent show with fathers and their sons. And if a kid don't have a father, the mother can bring him, but we want to have mentors that'll say, I got you today, son. I got you, young man. And I want to do this all across the United States because what I want to
Okay.
do is, with especially in the city as a black kid, you know, I want them to have, if they can't have their father, I want them to have some type of male, a big cousin, an uncle, or some man that says, you know what, I got this young man. You know what I'm saying? And try to help steer it so we can kind of curtail a lot of the bad things that's going, man. You know what I'm saying? And then teach these
Right.
young men how to be men, not let the streets teach them how to be men, or
Definitely.
be something.
Let me know when you doing it. Definitely, bro. I'll definitely promote the flyer or try to make it my damn self because that's definitely a 100% positive thing and needs to definitely happen. There's no way around it.
Yeah,
To change the subject, we had a conversation about headphones. You were telling me about a product that you were in the midst of making where you can listen to your favorite artist, all their songs, etc., etc. Please let us know about that.
we're coming, man. Vibe World Audio. We got a unique pair of headphones that's being made from scratch with my guy Eric. And top quality. You'll be able to DJ with them. You'll be able to play your video games with them. You'll be able to mix with them and still be some of the best top quality headphones. But the difference is we're also gonna have a set that say Lil Wayne is your favorite,
Okay.
and say we work out a deal, we could put all the Lil Wayne catalog on there, and people can't download it and take the music. You can only upload and put more stuff up because we have an app coming called Vibe World Vibe, which would be one of the best streaming platforms that's gonna come where artists can make money, everybody can make money. You as a podcast guy be able to make money, and you won't have to wait for your money because we're dealing with we built the e-commerce site that if you sell 400,000 streams of your album at $4, you know what I'm saying? That what $1.6 million is gonna be right there waiting for you. No more waiting for your money. We're doing direct sales with everything, and you'll be able to as an artist get products made. You want your own headphones, we'll be able to do that straight from the site. And
Okay.
so, we're doing that. But most important, um, hopefully we have something big being done that's going to really help kids educationally. I'm
Okay.
making headphones that, you know, going to come with it's gonna come with ABCs, one, two, threes on them, and having artists doing some big time artists gonna do the ABCs, gonna do for the younger kids, and read some of the books that they would normally read,
Right.
bedtime books and things, and it'll all come on the headphones, and but then the most important thing is we got something we developed that we want to put in the classrooms, along with the headphones that when that teacher is teaching, right? So when you get home, that stuff will be uploaded that she was teaching, right? So for some kids who sometimes they get it, they just have to study extra, but they can't catch it as fast in class, right? So now when
Okay.
they get home to do their homework, all they got to do is go to the portal and they can hear what that teacher was teaching that day and then go through it again and get their homework done. And so and even with the sense of how they're trying to erase Black history, right, out of schools,
Facts.
I've worked
Facts.
out a deal with some college students that are gonna do these express books. So for instance, you want to teach your son about Harriet Tubman and Marcus Garvey and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I got kids about to do express audio books that'll be on our site that you could take the headphones and be able to connect and put those on there. And you might say, or you
Okay.
might want to buy them that way and say, I'm gonna give my son so he can know who Marcus Garvey, Medgar Evers was, Malcolm X, who the Black Panthers was, who was this, who was that, what was slavery about. So now we can be in control of what they don't teach our kids in school to now being, you know what I'm saying, having it right at your foot to say, here, son, or young lady, I want you to understand who Shirley Chisholm was. So now we're gonna have these express books that you'll be able to download, you know,
Facts. Facts.
and to make sure and kids like their headphones, and we also got earbuds. I got a pair of vibes in right now, and
Okay.
so, yeah, so we'll have the earbuds also. And then for my marijuana guys, man, we got the rolling tray that light up. We could put your logo on it, but then you can
Um,
download the music inside the tray. So while you're rolling, hey, you can listen to your favorite artist,
I need that tray,
so
sir.
we
I
do
need that tray.
the little miniature boom box, man. You'll
I
be able to
definitely need
buy
that tray.
this Lil Wayne. You can yeah, hey, we're gonna have that because we got the pack vibes. Vibe World
Okay.
is my thing. So we got the pack vibes, the hemp gummies and hemp flowers, and then I got my own strain coming. So
Really?
we're doing a lot. Yeah, man, because it's not just about for me getting high and people getting high.
Right.
I want to help in a medical way, by me having a mother that has
Hmm.
dementia. And so for years I've used certain drops along with our other medicine. And, you know, it hasn't been a rapid spread. You know what I'm saying? It slows it down along with the eating and different things. And then people with pain and stuff like that, man,
Right.
I want people to have a better alternative than taking these pills that these pharmaceuticals are putting out. Yeah, you're taking pills that's gonna keep your blood pressure and your cholesterol down, but it's ruining all your organs inside you.
Right.
So I want to give them an alternative, man. I want people to learn about herbs and learn about what THC can do for you and CBD can do for you.
That's you know what? That's interesting you said that because that's the God honest gospel. And I'm glad you said that because as um as people we take a selective amount. I say selective because we each person take different selective amount of pills and yeah, it might get you through the day, but it's tearing the hell up out of your liver and body, and people don't realize that,
It
bro.
is, man.
I'm glad you said that.
And
Do me a favor.
okay,
Shoot, go
mhm.
for it.
I'll show you a point. I'll show you a point. I was turned on to a, oil of oregano oil, which lowers your blood pressure. I mean, lowers your cholesterol. and
Okay.
and and it's something real well. Black seed oil, you know what I'm saying? Sea
Mhm.
moss, different things, beetroot juice, different sour soap tea. These are things that are herbs that is good with your blood pressure. I'm not telling you to get off your blood pressure pills, okay? Learn about it, but it's different things, man, that you can use because you got to remember and people don't really say this, and I hope people really listen. You got to understand, before there was pharmaceuticals that could make pills, right? We
uh,
had we had we had people on this earth, right? We
fact.
get a lot of people came from a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So they eat raw meat, they this, that, and that. How did you think they all didn't die? Because somebody had to keep going for people to be born, right? To come all the way into us, right? So they
True.
didn't die. So what did you think they used? They used the herbs of this earth. The Dr. Selby's that preached about that. So if people were still alive to keep bringing on generations, how did they stay alive and they didn't have factories and pill making factories and pharmaceuticals, right? What did they have? You feel what I'm saying?
Herbs.
How did they
Herbs.
didn't die? Yeah, they didn't die. They didn't die from diseases. Some did, but how did some survive having a fever? How did some survive having a cold? How did some survive when they had pains? Right? Think about it.
Facts. You know what? I
So
forgot
if they were still,
how deep you was, bro. That's my mistake. I forgot you deep. We had phone conversation, bro. I forgot how deep you can get, and you didn't went down that road. But it's very true, very true. And I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies. Definitely herbs, definitely. But
nobody
I need to.
really. I don't think nobody ever put it that way. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, you was breaking up a little bit. Go ahead, finish, bro. You was breaking up.
No, no. What I was saying was, how do people? You got to think. It was people 1,000 years ago, right?
Facts.
1,000 years ago, they didn't have pharmaceuticals. How did all those people survive? How did they end up having kids and those kids survive? Right? They didn't have pharmaceuticals. They didn't have narcotics, pills to ease pain or get rid of a cold or the flu or get rid of a virus or get rid of an infection. What did they use? They use herbs, plants,
Facts.
what the earth gave. So
Or the
if
witch
if
doctor
that
they
kept,
call
because
it.
I'm sure they had high blood pressure and somebody passed out. They didn't know he was having a heart attack or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But learned in time that something wasn't right, right? So
Facts.
how did they, if that's the case, because if that's the case back then, everybody would have died, and none of us would be here, right?
Facts.
So
100%.
so it had to be something to keep people healthy enough to keep here and reproduce. You get what I'm saying? And
Facts.
so You know what I mean? And I think that the reason why they don't push these things and talk about these things because pharmaceutical is big money. Look at COVID. You know what I'm saying? Putting out shots and stuff like that and saying, okay, how you gonna make something that's gonna cure something that's killing people in 3 months, right? And think about the money that was made. So,
Fact.
pharmaceutical companies is big money. It's not about that they care.
Right.
Because if they cared, then whatever they would make, they would give it free. Because shouldn't mankind be more important than a dollar?
But let's be honest about the whole situation.
So
What's not about a dollar? I mean, AIDS been going on for umpteen amount of
yeah,
years, and certain people have the cure. I'm just being honest. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah, yeah. It's common sense, man. I mean, it's about money. You're right. But then I want you to understand, you don't ever think that it was AIDS back then
Fact,
before they
100%,
was able to make pills.
syphilis,
You
gonorrhea, the
don't
whole
think they
nine.
sit down if yeah, okay, when you look back through stories of the Bible, whether you believe the Bible or not, and they talk about a leper, you know what I'm saying, and having diseases and sores all over their body.
Mhm.
Okay, a lot of people probably caught that plagues. How
Right.
did those plagues not kill everybody in the world? So where now we have nobody on earth, so none of us will still be here.
What's it called?
Somebody had to
Yellow
have a
fever.
herb or
Yellow
make
fever.
certain something that helped cure that. Yeah, exactly. So you have to really sit down and think, and better than that, like right now, drinking green tea. You don't think that was around a long time and what green tea
Yes.
does for you?
Yes.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Facts.
I'll look at this better than this. I'll better than this with COVID. I me and my wife caught COVID. We knew it right, after a show in Chicago coming home, right in the beginning of
Okay.
it. And we used a Jamaican remedy. Took in boil a pot of water, sea salt, cut up orange peelings, and cut up ginger. Let it boil. Stood over it, inhaled it. Drink
Okay.
green tea all day, and then go sit in the sun and
Okay.
sweat. We
Okay.
had lost our sense of taste, everything, body, and within maybe like 4 or 5 days of doing that all day, got our sense of taste, sense of smell back. Might have lost a little weight because we were sweating it out and drinking a lot of green tea and using that same thing. That was something that they did in Africa and during COVID. They was all on the internet with that in Africa and in Jamaica. And if you look at Jamaica and Africa, they didn't have that many cases of COVID as much as the United States and Europe. So
Do
you
me
got to
a favor.
really sit down.
Text that. Actually, text that to me, and I'll post it because that's deep, bro. That's definitely better than the ass president we had said drink bleach. So text
Yeah,
that to me, and
but
I will
when
post that
yeah, man,
shit
you
for
you
real.
got you got to think about it.
Yeah,
Even with black seed oil, if you get into black seed oil, what they told you during COVID, it was about mucus inside you, right? Not
correct.
just underlying conditions. Okay, start taking black seed oil in the morning, right?
Okay.
Watch how much you cough up the mucus that's inside you. What you think?
Okay.
Why elderberry? Elderberry always existed. You know what I'm saying? To
Hmm.
build your immune system up. You know what I mean? So, and all these things are what? Natural. They're
Fact.
herbs. And
Um,
and Dr. Selby talked about all that.
do me a
Staying away
favor.
from white, everything white.
Touche. That's deep. Do me a favor. Three things. One, let people know where to get the earphones, the earbuds, the new product at. Let them know where to get that. Let them know where to contact you. And I got to have you back here for our part two of this, bro, because this thing got so deep. Oh my God. We didn't definitely shot over time, but we didn't definitely open up
No
a new ball
problem.
game that the world needs to know, and I can't hide it from them. I have to give them the truth, and you got the truth in your hands, bro. Talk to me. Tell me where to get the earphones. Tell me where to get the earbuds.
Well, they will be coming soon. You know what I'm saying? We should be releasing by Christmas. I have the Instagram page, My Vibe Headphones, and then I have the website, myvibeheadphones.com. But we got a whole new set that we've designed that we own everything.
Okay.
So should be coming soon. Pay attention to myvibe.com. and you can find me, the real Mr. Serv-On, on Instagram. And also, Vibe World Sports Agency, man, we're coming. We're coming, man. We got some hell of a players, man. Lance Robinson, man, best DB in the nation, man. He's with Vibe World. And so we got a few Elijah Fields, man, but we're coming. We're doing it a different way too. I'm gonna say it real quick. We want athletes to be even smarter. So we're making them businessmen and understand the business financial before they even get in the NFL, where their contract is just gonna be extra. And so we're
Did you
doing
make
it
it to
different,
Dallas
man.
yet,
We're
bro?
creating, huh?
I know you're supposed to come up here. I was gonna meet up with you. Did you ever make it to Dallas yet?
No, I'm coming because I gotta shoot these short films, man, and stuff for this come out. That's where my flour, my flour and the gummies and stuff being made. I gotta come out there. I gotta do it in store and everything. So
I
I
know
got
my
I got
phone
I
gonna
gotta
ring.
holler at my guy out there. The whole Dallas area. I'm coming out there, holler at my guy at E&E Sales, Eric, man. No credit down, man. He got the best cars. Well, I'm about to come do something big with my guy out there in Dallas, man. Because
I
a
know
lot
my
of people
phone
don't
gonna
know I used
ring,
to
bro.
live in Dallas for like 6 years.
Tell me my phone gonna ring when you get up, touch off that plane. Tell me my phone gonna
Definitely.
ring.
Come on, bro. Come
There it
on, bro.
is.
Why not? Why
There
not?
it is.
Come be involved. I gotta shoot. I'm shooting part of my biography out there called My Vibe.
No, but I would definitely
Yeah,
be there. Believe that.
the black nerd company, man. They out of Dallas. My guy Shannon
Nerd.
shoots the best short films and everything. He got the hemp company, and he's gonna be shooting everything. My videos, my bio, my short films, everything, man. I'll be out in Dallas for a couple of weeks, and my brother live out there, so I'll be out there.
Man, let me know when you touch down. Hit my line. We'll definitely hook up and rap about a lot of things. I got a banging ass DJ for you and everything, anything you need. I got you, bro. I do appreciate
Man, just
appreciate
come
you
get in the
coming on.
short film, man. Make sure you get in the short film, man. I want you to come get your acting on.
You the man. Put me in, and I'm ready. I can act. I can do anything, bro. I'm a bad mama jamma, as people say. Trust me. You got to pay attention. Um, I
For
do thank
sure.
you for coming on, telling the history, the stories, and the knowledge that a lot of people needed to hear. I know a lot of people go want that book, so y'all need to hit his Instagram, get that book up in you, and
Yeah, it's coming.
knowledge up in you. The man is dropping nuggets tonight. I got received a lot of nuggets, and a lot of things far as fathers and sons need to hear. There's a lot of people that don't have a father or lost a son. They definitely need to
Definitely.
hear. Um,
And and
what's
to
up, bro?
my black men out there, man, do what you got to do to make it right with your kids' mother, man, and be in your kids' life, man. Just swallow whatever pride you got to do, man. And
Amen.
because it's important. We got to be in my son's life and in our daughters. That's very important because our little girls, they fighting, they shooting, they killing each other, they killing it. It's rough, man. So fathers, do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do to be in their life. I definitely want to put that out there.
Amen, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me your blessings and coming through and talking to us at the coffee table and letting people know other things you're doing, other products and I'm gonna say projects and outlets that you're doing to let the world know
Mhm.
there's other things out there for them and to help the community as well as young African American kids and men growth, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we definitely got to do part two, man, because we definitely
We
I
are.
want to put out on your platform, man. The financial literacy, man. I want my black people start taking them, that nine number, 9-digit number, that Social Security, man. I
Fact.
want them to understand about credit. A long time ago, real quick, I read a book, what rich men tell their sons. And the difference is they teach their sons about credit and having 850 credit. And we teach our sons, man, just survive, stay out of jail, stay off drugs. We got to change that. And black
Yeah.
people, we got to just learn about credit. Learn about credit, and you can get whatever you want. Whatever you
Fact.
want in 3 months, you can get whatever you want if you do it right.
We need to
You
get that
know,
village back. That village. And raise these kids. That
oh
village,
yeah,
bro.
that's what's missing, man. I mean, you know, and I get mad, and I say this a lot too, man, and I'll say it real quick. I'm like, well, the big uncles and cousins at? Why are they watching these young boys do the stuff they do? You know,
Fact.
where the aunties at? Why are you watching this little girl be like that out there? You know them uncles that have come there and say, boy, don't bring that kind of drama around your mama house, boy, around my sister house. What's your problem? And put
Fact.
them in that place. But the thing is, my generation, see, we had OGs when we were younger. We respected them and we listened. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't scared of them, but we respected them. You
Right.
know, but these days, guys my age, they friends with these young boys. So why would you respect them? Are they customers and clients of them buying something from them? So these youngsters
Fact.
don't respect them. You get what I'm saying? And the
Right.
code's not being taught. You don't kill, you don't shoot women, you don't shoot kids, you know, you don't bring beef to your mama house. You know what I'm saying? They're not being
Mhm.
taught the codes, so that's the problem, man. But we definitely, man, we got to do part two, man. I would be honored to do it.
I mean, hit my line, bro. Anytime my line is open, bro. I appreciate you taking your time, telling my viewers and everything. Salute to you, bro. Congratulations to your success, from the golden platinum plaques to the book to the headphones to whatever the future holds, bro. I appreciate it. Congratulations. Do your thing, bro. I will be in contact. I promise you that much.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I'm proud of you, man. You keep doing what you're doing, man, because
Thank you.
we need guys like you. We need these podcasts, man. Y'all our media, bro. We finally got black media, man. We could talk to the world, man, just because of y'all. So God bless, and tell your mom it was an honor meeting her, man.
She said thank you, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Serv-On in the building, ladies and gentlemen, on the spotlight at the coffee table. The man dropped some nuggets. Y'all take them. Next week we got Slaughter Mob, a little bit different. Y'all gonna love it though. Shout out to Bel Air. Of course, we got the bomb rule. We just finished a bottle of that. And tonight's episode was definitely different because for people who don't have a daddy or half-ass daddy, I'm gonna say it hit home. For people who want to purchase new products and everything, I got the information. For people who want to dig in the crates and pull out some of the old No Limit cassettes, records, or CDs, I got the information. And of course, we got Boss Bugatti coming in October. We got some more special stuff for y'all. I got all kind of stuff coming for y'all, photo shoots, acting, and everything. Listen, y'all tune in, Spotlight Podcast, Rain, Instagram, Rain Rockstar, TikTok, Rain _4977, YouTube, Rain, Spotlight 4977, TikTok, Regime, Rain, Rockstar 4977. Y'all follow, y'all like, y'all share. Shout out to everything, man. Y'all be humble, y'all stay humble. Shout out to my DJ Breezy. She is the best. And we got all kind of things coming up for y'all. I gotta go. Y'all see the bottle empty. I mean, I drunk the rest of this. I gotta go, man.